Hello, welcome to Wellness by Degrees. Today we'll be doing some yoga for the hands, feet, and mind. Let's get started. So to start off, come into postural alignment, pointing the toes forward, maybe having 4 to 6 inches between the feet, making sure that the knees stack evenly over the ankles, shoulders stack over the hips. Press into the feet, lift through the pelvis and the spine, and roll the shoulders back. You might have a slight tuck in the chin. The crown of the head should go straight up towards the ceiling as if you have a string connecting you. Begin to bring awareness to your breath. Taking deep, full inhalations and exhalations. Trying to breathe into the backs and the sides of the ribs. Letting the shoulders lift slightly as you breathe. Starting to deepen the breath. Bringing some movement into the body just to warm up. You might look from one side to the other. On the inhale and exhale, come back to center. Inhale the other way. And exhale back to center. Moving at your own pace. Bringing some movement into the shoulders, letting the hands drop down, rolling them forward or backward. You can start with whichever you'd like. Still keeping that deep breath. And then when you're ready, switching directions. Relaxing back down. On the next inhale, bring the awareness to the hands. And we'll start with the right hand. So lift the left hand up, bring it over to the right, and we're just going to lift the fingers slightly on the right hand. So just lifting up, putting slight pressure on the finger, not to the extent where it hurts, but just enough so you feel the pressure. Taking a couple breaths while you stay here. Dropping it down, moving to the next finger. Breathing into that stretch. Moving to the middle finger. Keeping the rest of the hand and body relaxed. Just slight pressure, and you can be as low as or as high as you'd like. Moving to the pointer finger. And then the thumb. So with the thumb, we're not lifting up. We're lifting back and towards the arm. So if the hand was straight, I'd just be pulling it down. So on the leg, you're just pulling it back towards the body. Continuing to breathe here. then bringing the wrist up, you might put a bend in the wrist, or you can bring the hand so that the palm faces in towards you, whichever is more comfortable. If you don't want to bend that wrist, we're going to bring the fingers down. So the same thing, starting with the pinky, we're going to press it down, trying to keep it straight, maybe having a slight bend, just putting a little bit of pressure on it and breathing. And then moving to the ring finger, trying to keep the other finger straight. The finger you're pressing down on can bend a little, that's okay. And middle finger. Pointer finger. And then thumb, we're pressing in towards the palm now. So just slightly down in towards that palm. And release that hand. Maybe open and close the fingers a couple times and relax both hands down. Take a breath here, and then we'll move to the other side. So right hand comes up over to left, and we'll first lift the pinky finger. Taking a couple breaths here. And then coming over to the ring finger. Moving to the middle finger. And then pointer finger. And the thumb, remembering to pull the thumb in towards the body, not up. And then let's bring the hand up, face the palm in, and we'll bring the fingers down in towards us, trying to keep the remaining fingers straight. It's okay if you don't come down very far. Just find a place where you feel a slight pressure, a little bit of a stretch, but no pain. When you start feeling pain, it's a good time to back off. Just a couple breaths with each finger, moving down the line. Making sure that the rest of your body is still in good alignment. You're still sitting up nice and tall. Chest is slightly forward. Feet are planted into the ground. Switching the fingers after every couple breaths. We're on the middle finger right now. Now moving to the pointer finger. And then moving to the thumb, we're bringing the thumb in towards the palm of the hand. Gently pressing with the opposite hand. Open and close the fingers several times and set the hands down. Take a deep inhale and full exhale. From here, bring both hands up, and these are some acupressure hand movements that are good for joint pain or lack of mobility in the hands. So you'll start by bringing the palms in to face you and the sides of the hands together. And we're going to do about 36 of each of these, so keep track in your mind. I'll do my best to keep track while walking you through it as well. And we'll just tap. So we want to tap both hands evenly. There should be even pressure through the hands. And we're going to do that 36 times, and I'll walk you through as we move through different exercises. So starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. And then switching so that the base of our hands come together, we'll do the same thing 36 times. I won't count this time, but just keep track in your head. Evenly hitting the base of the hands together. Going at a pretty quick pace. Only put as much pressure here as is comfortable for you. We do want a bit of pressure, and we do want it to be even between hands, but it's okay if it's a slow start. It's okay if, because of whatever discomfort you have, it's not as rigorous as what I'm doing. Just do your best. And when you get to 36, we'll move into the other side of the hand. So palms come out, we're hitting the sides of the thumbs together, and this can be a little tender here, so just be careful here, but we'll do the same thing. Breathing, moving the hands equally. Keeping track of your own counts. And then from here, we're going to bring the right hand flat, left hand we're going to bring into a fist, and we're just going to punch our fist into the center of our right hand. So 36 times. So on this one, just the one hand is coming in, the other hand isn't moving as much. So pressure from one hand into the other rather than moving both hands equally. And when you're ready, switch sides. So open up the other palm, bring this other hand into a fist. And if your fingers don't go all the way here, it's okay. Just do the best you can. And you can be gentle starting out. Just get a feel for what works for your body. And keep track of your counts. Feel out what works for you, what's feeling okay, how your knuckles are doing. Until you get to 36. When you're there, you'll take one hand and face it down. It doesn't matter which hand, we're going to do both sides. The other hand you're going to face palm up towards the ceiling so that the backs of the hands are facing each other, and we're going to bring them together. So we want even pressure between the two hands again. Doing 36 of these. Hands coming together, backs of the hands. We're just starting to stimulate every part of our hands and bringing movement and flexibility into the fingers, into the joints, into the palms. Trying to get about to where you are. I'm not keeping track of the count right now, but I want to give you time to be able to do all of them. And when you're ready, the hand on top will just flip down towards the bottom. The hand on the bottom will flip up, and do 36 on the other side. From here, we want to bring the web between the fingers and the thumb of both hands together, one on top of the other. Remember which one it is because we're going to switch. And just even pressure between the hands, we're going to push those two together. And go for 36 counts. And when you've gotten there on this side, you'll switch to the other side. So whichever hand was on top, we'll flip the fingers so that the other side is on top and do the same thing. Once you've gotten there, we're going to take both hands, face the palms in, and spread the fingers. And if your fingers don't spread, if your fingers don't open, that's okay. We're still going to do our best to try to open them a little bit. We're bringing the fingers together. So we're going to do the same thing, bringing the fingers in between each other. Remember which side's on top because we're going to switch after this. If your hands aren't going to go there, just do your best. Even if you're not keeping the rhythm, try to bring the fingers in between each other, even if they're not opened. And this will help to start to open them up too if you do it over a long period of time. So you want to just do it wherever you are to the best of your ability, even if you're just slowly bringing them in and out. That's okay. Even if they don't all go there, just do your best. This one's a little bit more difficult. Let's see. I think we want to do fingers facing out away from us, not in. That makes it easier. Sorry, guys. So if you're already doing that, keep going. If not, switch to that. And be careful with the fingers. We want to go slow enough that we're not hurting any of the fingers here. They're all able to make it where they're trying to go. Just gently allowing them to weave in between each other. And then when you're ready, switching so that the fingers come up, so that the opposite hand is on top for 36 times. The reason I say that this is hand, foot, and brain yoga is because a lot of these motions require us to actively think more or to engage in movements that we don't normally do. So we need to use the brain to try something different, try something that's not natural for us. Okay. When you've gotten there, take the hands apart, look at them for a minute, maybe feel them. Pay attention to how they're feeling now compared to earlier. If if you feel more of a blood flow through the hands. I know some people say that this can cause their hands to cramp, so if you want, you could take one hand and maybe massage out the other hand. If that was a lot of work on your palms and fingers, that can help you maybe feel a little bit better through the hands after that, if they did a lot of work there. And then take them for a moment, and you can set them on a part of the body that might be sore, or you might be feeling some sensation. It could be the legs, it could be somewhere in the abdomen, it could be the neck, it could be the back. Just set them down for a minute, wherever you'd like, and take a couple deep breaths. If the eyes are closed, allow them to open. Bring the hands back down. And then we're going to, on the next inhale, lift the hands up in front of us and move through the wrists. So we're going to bring the hands into fists, and we're going to start to move the wrists in the same direction, trying to go at the same pace. It's a little bit tricky. Keep breathing. This is one of those mind exercises, and try to keep both those hands going the same direction, not accidentally switching. Great job. Now we're going to bring both hands in the opposite direction. So they're not doing their own thing, they're working together to go in the opposite direction of what we were going, but the same direction as each other. Great job. And then open up the palms and open and close the hands a couple times. From here, we're going to reach the left hand over to the right and pull the fingers back, stretching through that wrist in one direction, and then bringing the palm down towards the body. We're going to press on the back of the hand, bringing that in, if that's okay for your wrist. If it's not, you can just let it hang. And then moving to the other side. So first we'll bring the palm up and away from us, pressing into those fingers and palm to get a little bit more of a stretch. And then bringing the wrist down, palm in towards us. Again, if it's uncomfortable either way, you can just let it be there, or you can use the hand for a little bit more sensation. Great job. From here, let the hands come down into the lap, palms facing up. Inhale, lift the shoulders. And exhale through the mouth, dropping the shoulders. Inhale again. And exhale through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. From here, we're going to look over to the right. We're going to bring both the hands up. So our left hand is going to come in towards our chest with the elbow sticking out and up. The right hand is going to stick straight out to the side, maybe slightly up, pointing one finger forward, as if we're pulling a bow. And look towards that hand, and then exhale, we're going to come in, cross the wrists over, and then go to the opposite side. So one hand pulls back, keeping that elbow up, hand in towards the chest, the other hand comes out, and we stretch 1 or 2 fingers, it doesn't matter, out towards the wall. And exhale, cross. Trying to cross the opposite way of what we did before. Trying to coordinate between the arms, the hands, and the fingers. Let's do 2 more. 1 each way. Great job. Inhale, open the arms up, Put a slight arch in the spine and you might look up slightly. And exhale, cross the arms, rounding and giving yourself a hug. Inhale, open, and exhale, cross the opposite arm on top, give yourself a hug. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, let the hands come down. Return to mountain pose, and exhale. From here, we'll move into the feet. So your feet have been a little bit lonely today. We're going to start to activate them. So begin by just moving the toes. So just lifting the toes up and bringing them back down. Lift on the inhale and exhale back down. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. From here, we'll lift the same as we were before. And on the exhale, instead of dropping, we're going to tuck in. So tucking the toes. Inhale, lift the toes up. And exhale, tuck them in as far as they go. It's okay for the sole of the foot to lift off the ground when you tuck. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to try to lift the toes, starting at one side and moving along. So we'll start with this little toe. Try to lift the small toes and then the big toe. Going to the other side, big toe first, small toes, and then come down. So it's kind of like the worm with our toes. And then go the opposite direction, start with the little toe. Sometimes the other toes follow. Big toe, little toes, and pinky toe, and back down. That one's a little tricky. Let's try it one more time. So trying to start with the little toe. It might be all your little toes at once, and then big toe, let those little toes come back down. Big toe comes down, other big toe goes up, other little toes start to come up, pinky coming up last, big toe comes down, try to set those other toes down, pinky last. Great job. From here, we're going to walk the feet back just a little bit. And then starting with the right foot, we're going to slide it back underneath the chair. This might be as far as you get. You might have the toes still facing forward, lifting heel and sole of the foot off the ground, or you might tuck those toes under so that the nails touch the ground and you start to press into the top of your foot. We'll be here for a couple breaths. So wherever you are, find your area where you feel discomfort but not pain. And allow yourself to breathe into that area, stretching out the foot. Keeping your tall posture through the rest of the body. Letting the shoulders drop down, relaxed, long spine and neck. And then slide that foot back out, set it down, and move to the other side. So first, sliding the left foot back. You might stay up on the toes so that the bottom of the toe is pressing into the ground, or you might flip those toes over so that the nails on top of the toes press into the ground. Wherever you are, move a little deeper. Inhale and stay, and exhale. You might move a little deeper. Allowing yourself to breathe through the stretch. Giving your toes permission to move in a way that they might not normally move. Being aware, making sure that you are still breathing. If you find yourself holding your breath, you might need to back out. And on the next inhale, we'll slide that foot back out, set it down. From here, inhale, lift the feet up, heels up, and exhale, hold. Take another inhale, and another exhale. From here, we're going to move into the knees to help work the feet and ankles. So inhale, windshield wiper over to the right, and exhale. Inhale, go to the other side, and exhale. Let's do that a little bit faster. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So on the inhales, we're going one way, and on the exhales, we're going another way. Connecting the breath and movement. Wherever you are, finish up the rotation that you're on, making sure that you go to both sides evenly. And then on the next inhale, come back to center, and exhale, bring those heels down. Great job. From here, you might need to move forward on your chair just a little bit, but we're going to step the feet out, straightening the legs so that the heels press into the ground and the toes point towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to point and flex. So you can keep the hands on the legs, you can bring them to either side of the chair, or do whatever it is that helps you balance here. Take a couple breaths before we get started. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, point. Inhale, flex, and exhale, point. Moving at your own pace, with your own breath. Trying to keep the legs somewhat straight, but it's okay if they bend, if the knees bend. You might lift the heels off the ground when you point, depending on your feet and how comfortable that is. That will just give you a deeper stretch, or you can keep the heels on the ground as you point. And then bring the feet back up. We're going to keep the feet flexed here, and we're going to try to tuck the toes in as we keep the feet up. So a couple of those, just pulling the toes in while the feet are still flexed. Continuing to breathe. Great, bring those feet back in. Return to your mountain pose. You might shake out the feet, maybe lift one and shake it out. Lift the other, shake it out. And move back just a little bit into your chair. We want to make sure we're pretty stable. We're going to lift both feet now. So make sure that you're able to hold yourself up as you lift your feet. If you want to use your hands to help you, you can. Or you can keep them in your lap. We're going to lift both feet off the ground, and we're just going to start to move our ankles like we moved our wrists. So both feet going in the same direction. Connecting the movement to your breath, going at your own pace, but making sure that the feet continue to move in that same direction. They're not doing their own things. They're coordinated here. And when you're ready, start to move in the opposite direction. Great job. You might shake them out a little, come back down. Inhale, let's bring the arms up. And exhale, fold forward towards your legs. You might rest the hands on the knees, or you might reach down towards the feet. Inhale, come halfway up from wherever you are. And exhale, fold back down. Inhale, sit all the way back up. And exhale. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center. and exhale. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. I know this practice was a little bit different, but if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time.